Hey guys, Tim Stratton here. So I finished watching Eli Ayala's show interviewing Colton Carlson about his objections to my book, Human Freedom, Divine Knowledge, and Mere Molinism. Now, if you haven't watched Eli's show yet, I encourage you to do so. In fact, I encourage you to subscribe to Eli's YouTube channel, Revealed Apologetics. Eli is definitely one of my favorite Calvinists out there. And he's definitely a good friend, even though I think he's wrong about Calvinism. Well, on Eli's show, Colton raised some good points, several of which I've already addressed in public and plan to remedy in the second edition of my Mere Molinism book, which is my primary project of this next year. It's what I'm going to be focused on. As I've already publicly noted, I'm going to be tightening up several definitions in the second edition and tightening up some of the arguments as well. So a lot of Colton's criticisms I've already accounted for, and they will be rectified. With that said, some of the issues that he raised are things I still need to revisit. So I'm thankful that he took the time to be so thorough in his brief response, as he calls it, to my book. It's going to help make the second edition of Mere Molinism that much stronger. Again, I'm thankful. So in the interview with Eli, Colton covers something that I think he calls it the Mere Molinism dilemma or something like that. One horn of the dilemma he calls the Calvinistic horn. And he explains it this way. Hopefully I've got this right. Let me read this. Something to the effect of, if Tim says that Calvinists, when they are being determined to salvation through the eye and tulip, irresistible grace, are not rationally responsible because they can't deliberate about salvation and still be determined to salvation at the same time, then he throws them underneath the bus, thus breaking his project of making Mere Molinism compatible with Reformed theology. The second horn is the FreeThinking horn, which Colton describes this way. Let me read it again. Tim says that people can be determined unto salvation and still deliberate, and then claims this is all compatible with freedom and rational responsibility. This, he says, is to give up my free-thinking argument. So, has Colton accurately understood my position? Is this dilemma a deal breaker? Well, I'll be discussing Colton's dilemma on YouTube soon. So make sure to subscribe to the FreeThinking Ministries YouTube channel so you don't miss anything. Well, with all that said, again, I just want to give a huge thank you to Colton for his remarks, which are going to serve to sharpen me and, again, to make the second edition of Mere Molinism that much better. I really do appreciate this constructive criticism. I thought his tone in this interview, talking about me and criticizing me, was still civil, and his remarks were charitable. So I appreciated that, and he also provided me a few things to think about. So I appreciated that. Again, I'm grateful because, in a sense, Colton's criticism is ultimately helping me to advance the Molinist view and what I believe is the highest view of God, which is a pretty important thing. It reminds me of Scripture. As iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another. Proverbs 27:17. So to those watching this video, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. What good points do you think Colton made? And what points, if any, missed the mark? I'll be back to discuss these issues in due time. But in the meantime, stay tuned and stay reasonable. Isaiah 1:18.